So this is all about the money. Right, this is the bit that will scare a lot of people looking at the money side of running a business. So I'm going to try and give you some simple advice, just in the way that I have done it, which again, not a business expert and not a business advisor, anything like that, just from my experience. So the first one, HMRC. So, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs. Right, there is a lot of misinformation about HMRC. When should I register, all this lot? Plain and simple fact is, you register the minute you start advertising. If you create a Facebook page for Lucy's Nails, you need to contact HMRC. If you are doing trial sets and just charging a tenner for product, you must contact HMRC. Full stop. The minute your business started, you need to contact HMRC. There is no 3-month grace period anymore. There's none of this, oh, I don't earn enough to let them know. No. This is black and white. You are trading, contact the taxman. America, the rest of the world, I honestly can't comment on how that works, but in England, the minute you start trading, contact HMRC. And it is as simple as that. You can do it online, you can call them. I will say a massive shout out to HMRC right now. The few times I've had to call them, they're amazing. They are the nicest organisation I have ever had to deal with in the entire history of running my own business, which I've done for almost 8 years now. They're amazing, they're so nice. I genuinely think there's so much training has gone into the fact that people think, oh, taxman, whoa. So I do think the majority of people that work for HMRC now have got such good training and are nice, they're approachable. They're fantastic, they're so helpful. Doing your own taxes is, for me, I find it relatively easy. If you don't, you can employ an accountant. For a sole trader, I personally don't, because I think it's too much money. But yeah, HMRC, just register and be done with it. Next, we're going to look at basic account keeping. So, I mentioned in my previous video about the Prince's Trust, they also have a way to keep finances. I do this in a really simple way. I have a spreadsheet on my computer. I love an Excel spreadsheet. And I have date, description, money in, money out, balance. That's it. That's really it. You don't have to be. And like, that's it. I keep receipts for everything I've bought. I keep a record of all of my clients and their payments in. And that's it. I keep money of in and out. If you want to keep a record for yourself of whether it was for, it was products in or clients, or keep it in categories, that's up to you. That is literally all I do. And then at the end of the year, when I do my tax return, it is pretty much, I do a simple tax return. So it says, how much did you bring in? What are you claiming for expenses? That's your remaining balance, and that's what you're paying tax on. Ta-da! It really is as simple as that. You can do things like Xero and QuickBooks. I did QuickBooks for 1 year. I found it much easier just to keep my spreadsheets. But accounting, again, there are lots of resources out there to help you keep your accounts. So it doesn't have to be terrifying. But yeah, I literally just do my Excel spreadsheet, and I got that from the Prince's Trust. So as it comes for basic account keeping, it can be very simple. It doesn't have to be scary. What I will also say is you need a separate bank account. If you have a personal bank account and you're running it as a business, last thing I checked, that bank is well within its rights to shut that account down, because it is not a business account. Shop around. There are a lot of places you can get free business banking. I bank with an online bank, and all business banking is free. So you don't get a monthly charge, things like that. Or they'll have like an introductory offer, no charges for the first year, and then you change, well then you just change your bank account every year. I'm that person. So when it comes to banking, yeah, separate bank account, and just keep really basic accounts. If you need help, I'm sure there are plenty of places online that you'll be able to get help. HMRC, again, are really helpful. So if you're getting confused completing your tax return, just give them a call and they will help you through it. Costings. So I touched on this in the last video. Your costings, you need to contact your suppliers and find out roughly how much you will get from each part or whatever. You'll also get an idea. So I will know when I'm busy. So when I'm doing 5 customers a day, 5 days a week, I'll get through a bottle of top coat a week, full stop, easily. that's how it goes. You'll get an idea in your head about how much you need to be replenishing. I think it's very important to have an idea. So I would normally try and keep, so if I did a service for £20, I would assume like maximum of 5. I would say between 3 and 5 I need to put back into products and stuff. Also be aware that you need to make sure that you're putting X amount away every week or every month for tax. I'm one of those people that I get really paranoid. So literally everything I earn, 20% of that goes into my account for tax. And then when I do my tax return, I've either I nearly always have enough, and sometimes I've got too much. So then I can be like, oh, a little bonus at the end of the year for me. But always make sure that in your costings, so if you do a £30 service, then you say, right, 20% of that I need to put aside for the taxman, 10% I need to put aside for replenishing stock, stuff like that. Having an idea of how much all of your services cost you will help you create your price list and structure. Offers and discounts. So these are very good to attract customers, but you also need to be aware that you still need to be making a profit. So by completing your costings previously, you'll get an idea of the kind of discounts you're able to offer. When I started out, I was charging £35 for a set of acrylic extensions. I offered for the first month £5 off, and I made it very clear in all my advertising that it was £5 off and the full price would be X amount. Any discounts you offer, make sure people are well aware what the full price will be. If you're doing introductory offers like that, you need to make sure people are aware this is the normal price, this is how much it will be. So in messages, whenever I do offers, I'll be like, well, it would normally be this, but because of this offer, it's X amount. So that people are always informed and always know. It's better than saying, oh, it's 20 quid this month, and then next month you're like, oh, it's 30 quid for a set of nails. And they're like, whoa, what? They weren't told it was £10 off. I think be very careful with your discounts and offers to make sure that they're affordable to you. So I have a loyalty card. And at every appointment, they get a stamp. And on the 5th appointment, they get £5 off. So there's basically £1 from every appointment. I can afford to lose that. That's okay. I'm happy for that. And it encourages loyalty. My customers will keep coming back because they want to fill this card and they want to get their £5 off. Great. It works out for both of us. If you're going to do an offer where you're like half price nails, to me straight away, I'm working for nothing. I really am. And when people say, I just can't attract customers, how much are you charging? Oh, only £10. When I see a set of nails advertised for £10, do you know what goes through my head? Why? Why are they £10? There's a reason. Like, I personally am not going to work for 2 hours. And especially when you're learning or starting out, you'll often take 2 to 3 hours to do a set of nails. £10, you're going to work for a couple of quid an hour. Nah. No. You need to know the value of your product and then discount accordingly. So I think when people start out, they want to do it as cheap as possible. The problem you have there straight away, you'll get so many people, and a lot of the customers that you want to attract will just go, but why is it so cheap? And I don't want something that cheap. I'd rather pay the money. And if you're very honest right from the beginning and say, I'm starting out and doing the sale because I need experience, when people contact you, just say, it's going to take 2 to 3 hours. They know. They can't then get annoyed after an hour and a half that it's taking a while to get the nails done. You've informed them. It's really important to keep them informed with these sales and discounts. You can do recommend a friend offers. So I do that where if you recommend a friend, you both get £5 off. So at their first appointment, they get £5 off. And then once they've had their appointment, you can get a £5 off. That's a nice one. I think the odd £5 here and there, I just think be very careful of making things too cheap. You also need to be aware the kind of people that are going to spend a tenner on a set of nails and you're wanting to eventually be charging 25, 30 quid, 40 quid. The kind of people that will spend a tenner on will not be back. They will not, that's not a loyal customer. They're the people that are going to go and shop around for the cheapest possible person they can find. And they don't care. And they will also, in my experience, be the most pain in the bum clients you will get. People that will only pay a tenner for something expect £100 set of nails out of it. So just be very, very wary of doing super cheap offers. Even when I say, I've got a design I really want to do, it's a £5 off. I don't devalue my work. And I do think that a lot of people will sit there and think, God, she spent 3 hours doing this and she's only charged that like a tenner. you're not making any money, and you can't live like that, and you cannot support business that way. So when it comes to offers and discounts, be very aware of your costings so that then you can give the correct offers and discounts. This is an important one, I think, because we all want to be able to have time off, and we all want to be able to invest in our training, and we all want to be able to make sure that the flow of cash is quite regular through the year. So you need to have an idea in your head of your budget. One of the things I think it's important to do is to say, right, if I want to get 3 long weekends off a year, that means I need to have X amount of days off. So what you need to do when you're creating your cash flow, or when you're thinking, I need a weekly income of this, be aware of what, if you want 2 weeks holiday a year, or 4 weeks holiday a year, or 7 weeks holiday. If you want to work 1 week on, 1 week off, do it. But just be aware that in that 1 week you're working, you need to make enough to then support the following week. So what I tend to do is I think, right, how much do I need every week? Okay, so say you need £300 to survive every week. Fine. £300 times 52 will give you what you need to earn in the year. But now you're going to divide that by how many weeks you're prepared to work. So if you want 4 weeks holiday a year, you then get that price. So you get £300 a week times 52. That's how much you need to earn in the year, because there's 52 weeks in the year. But if you want 4 weeks off, you then take that total by 8, because you're only going to be working 48 of those weeks of the year. So you need to know, when I'm at work, I need to earn X amount a week, because there'll be 4 weeks of the year I'm not earning anything. And if I earn in those 48 weeks this much, I will then have the money I need to survive on my weeks off. That is really, really, really important. Because otherwise you'll want time off and you're like, oh God. And what I seem to find myself do is I go, right, I want this week off. So the week either side of it, I'm going to put my hand in here, just go, those customers on that week, those customers on that week. And then straight away you're going to work your ass off, then you're going to have holiday, and then you're like, oh God, I've got all of this to come back to. So try and ration it out so that you can do that. I personally try and keep most of my ladies around a 3 weekly routine. So I have 2 weeks of chocker, and then 1 week I've got like 2 or 3 regular customers, but then I leave open for my teaching. But what it means is when I want holiday, I just go, right, well, I'll find one of the weeks that's quiet. That will be my holiday week, and I've just got 2 customers to move. And then either side, I'm not like, ah. So do try and think about that when you're doing your budgets. That's kind of all I've really got to say about the money side of it. This is a much shorter video. I think it's really important to have a word with HMRC, talk to your banks, talk to professionals about money. I will not be able to give you the advice, they will. So it's really important for you personally to do a bit of legwork here. Keeping your accounts is really quite easy. You just keep a record of everything that comes in and everything that goes out. Simple as that. You know, check on the government website, HMRC website, what you can claim for as expenses. If you're mobile, you can claim X amount of money per mile for your car, but it's a mobile, it's, you know, you're working, stuff like that. I don't want to go into too much detail here or to try and give too much advice here, because these are laws and regulations that change so much. All I'm wanting to say is, as a basic of business, contact HMRC, keep basic accounting, keep all of your receipts, simple as that, have a separate bank account and know your costings so that you know your baseline, what you need to be earning. And when you get to a point where you're like, well, my average appointment is £25 and I need £300 a week, then you know you need to do 12 appointments, quick math, to be able to cover that. So if you're doing 15, 20 appointments a week, great, you're working. So yeah, so that again, I've given as much advice as I'm comfortable to do, but then the rest I think you do need to do a little bit of legwork. Again, the Princess Trust is a great support for this, HMRC and your bank. So I hope you found this useful. I hope there's been a few bits that you're able to take away from. Again, like I said in the last episode, if there's anything I've missed out, please do pop a comment below. I will film one video at the end of all of these videos being shared, and I will go over all the things I've missed and try and help you all as much as I can. So again, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!